Mkhaimar Abusada. He is a professor of political science at Al-Azhar University in Gaza. He now joins us live from the Egyptian capital of Cairo. Professor, really good to have you here on the program. Let's look at the response from Hamas on the ceasefire proposal. They're now no longer seeking a permanent ceasefire in the first phase of this ceasefire. Why is that? Are they under pressure from the people in Gaza to make some kind of concessions just to get the ball rolling?
Very good question. Let me start by saying that after the collapse of the ceasefire negotiations last month, efforts have been revived just recently. And according to the Israeli newspaper Yediot Ahronot, it said that the position which was put forward by Hamas is the best position or the best attitude that has come from Hamas since the start of these indirect negotiations between Israel and Hamas. Now, the question why Hamas is not insisting on a ceasefire on the first stage, it's not really clear yet. But one thing that is clear is that Hamas is still insisting on two main points. One is that there has to be an Israeli commitment to an end to this Israeli aggression and war against the Palestinians in Gaza. And second, there has to be an Israeli commitment to withdraw completely from the Gaza Strip, including the Philadelphia corridor, which is the border area between the Gaza Strip and the Egyptian borders. It seems to me that Hamas has made some flexibility to try to come up with a solution to this ongoing Israeli war and aggression against the Palestinians. And I think we have to take into consideration two things: that the more than 2 million Palestinians have been going through a lot of bad and catastrophic things over the past 9 months. And second, I believe that there has been a lot of pressure coming from mediators who have been asking Hamas to be more flexible, to make more concessions in order to avoid any further Israeli aggression and the continuation of this Israeli genocide against the Palestinians in Gaza.
So you're saying they're looking for commitment from the Israelis, but they're no longer seeking that permanent ceasefire in the first phase. How do you get those two together? I mean, is it based on U.S. support, or what's the key to sort of unlocking these ceasefire negotiations?
Well, I think the most important issue here is that what came in the President Biden initiative, which says that there has to be the first phase of the ceasefire negotiations goes for 6 weeks, in which Hamas during those 6 weeks will release Israeli hostages made of old men, women, children, and sick Israeli hostages, also for a return of number Palestinian prisoners who have been held in Israeli jails. But the bottom line here is that the U.S. is saying that even if there is no agreement within the first 6 weeks between Hamas and Israel on a permanent ceasefire, there will be a continuation of the ceasefire. There will be no return to Israeli war against Gaza if negotiations collapses. But what worries Hamas and the Palestinians is that we hear every day, almost every moment, from Netanyahu and many members of his cabinet, especially the right-wing members of his cabinet, Smotrich, Ben Gvir, and others, who are insisting on to continue the war against Gaza, to continue the war against the Palestinians. And Netanyahu keeps saying that he will continue the war until the end of Hamas, until the destruction of Hamas. That is a very worrying point for Hamas and the Palestinian resistance if Israel were to continue its war and genocide against the Palestinians. So without commitment from Israel, without guarantees from the U.S. and mediators that there will be an end to the war, I think there will be no progress in the ceasefire negotiation.
Right. We're going to have to see what comes out of this meeting of the Israeli Security Cabinet later on today. Mkhaimar Abusada, professor at Al-Azhar University, thank you as always for joining us here on the News Hour.
Thank you.